Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This is Amazon Seasons, and today we're going to be talking about email open rates. So nobody seems to be talking about the open rate for their emails. Everyone is interested in optimizing their emails, but nobody ever talks about the open rate of their emails. And all of this work that we put into getting a review is redundant if people aren't even opening our emails. So welcome to the channel. If you guys are new, then welcome to the family. I'm so glad you decided to watch this video. Trust me, it's going to help you out and it's going to boost your reviews, I guarantee. So let's have a look at these the slides I've prepared. So first thing we're going to discuss is how to improve your tagline to get people to increase the chance of someone actually opening an email. So the strongest factor here is to address the occupant personally by their name. In pretty much any sort of email autoresponder, you have the option to sort of input a name, your customer's name, without any real trouble. I use feedback words. It's easy to integrate just the customer's name. The second thing is the subject line. There are a few different factors that you can put in a tagline that increases the chance of them opening. One of them is putting numbers in the tagline. You can see there. Another one is offers, and humor. They're really good factors in putting in a tagline. They're really good factors for increasing the likelihood of someone opening that email. And the last one is to have a short title. You don't want to have this massive title to the point where at the end of it you have the three dots. They can't even read the whole tagline, so they have to open it just to read the tagline. That's a bad email. So you want to make it short, to the point, address them personally, make them an offer with a number in, and make it funny. So the average open rate at the moment across sort of all sectors online is about 25%. It dipped in 2014. It went down to like 21%. It's now back up to just under 25. I think it was like 24.8%. So if you've got an open rate of more than 25%, then you're doing pretty good, but there are things that we can do to boost that even higher. So this is a big one, and when I say a big one, I mean this is huge. In 2018, over 60% of all emails are now opened on mobile device. So if you haven't created an email that's compatible for a mobile device, then you really need to start thinking about doing that, which is going to bring us into this. You need to optimize your emails for a mobile phone. 20% of emails are optimized for a mobile device, which means that the majority, 4/5 of emails aren't compatible or aren't optimized for emails. And we know from that previous slide, over 60% of emails are now opened on our mobile devices. If you have centered your email structure around a desktop, then you're missing out on 60% of your potential customers, and that's huge, and that's something that we can't afford to be doing. So this is probably the biggest takeaway of this video. It's going to be a short video, but it's really to hammer the idea that we need to optimize our listings for mobiles. So please make sure you're doing that, because when you do, I've seen a visible spike in mine. My email rate before was over 25% by quite a lot, but when I optimized my emails for mobile devices, I got an even bigger spike. So you want to be making sure that yours are optimized for mobiles as well. Day of the week. This is sort of a touchy subject when it comes to Amazon, because a lot of people are very structured in the way they send emails, and I'm the same. For instance, I have email sequences, 3 at the moment per purchase. 1 upon shipping, the second 2 days after the product arrived, and third 7 days after the product arrived. But what data actually tells us is Tuesday and Fridays are the most reliable days to have someone open an email. I've sort of given a brief explanation down the bottom. This is what I'm sort of guessing about the data, and that is that on Tuesday we see a spike because Monday we still feel lazy following the weekend. Not all of us get right back into that work mentality on Monday after a weekend. especially if it's been like a heavy weekend, if you've been out drinking or whatever. So it may take a day at work to realise, that you need to sort of get in that mentality that it's work week again. And then on Friday we see that same, almost an exact same surge, and that's probably due to the fact that we know that on the weekends we're not really going to be checking our emails, because what are emails? They're related to business, and the weekend is, for most of us, that's time away from work. So Friday, I would assume we check, because we know that over the weekend we're going to be a bit more lazy and laid back when it comes to our emails. So if you can, try and structure a sequence where you're sending out emails every Tuesday and every Friday, because based on the data, those are the highest chances of actually getting your email opened. So like I said, it doesn't even matter if your email converts well. If someone isn't even opening it, then it's all that work is in vain. So maybe experiment with Tuesdays and Fridays, because the data says it. So why wouldn't we do that? What time of day you should send your email? I've always, I made the mistake when I first started sending emails, when I thought the earlier I sent them, the better. So I would literally send them at like 1 minute into the new day, which is midnight essentially, because I thought I wanted the first email they see when they check their emails that day to have been sent by me. The reality is 23% of all emails are opened within an hour upon delivery, and that is probably because we're shifting to a more mobile focused email service where we can get an instant notification about an email just from our devices. So having said that, the best time or the most likely time your email will be opened is between 9 and 3 o'clock. So it's 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. There are, for instance, between 3 and 9 p.m. is higher than 9 a.m. But what I found with the people that I sell to, 9 a.m. is a good time. Even though here 9 a.m. is sort of on a 3% chance. My customers are people that what I've observed from my own personal data is that my customers check their emails in the morning, because that's I sell a product that's particularly useful for morning people. So the people that I sell to check their emails in the morning. So I get good response from people that check their emails in the morning, up until 3 p.m., which is the spike in this graph as well. But you may want to experiment maybe between 12 p.m. to 9 p.m. It's really going to depend on you. You're going to need to do some work, some split testing, find out what your customers like best. Some people might check their emails before work. Some people might check them during work when they're on their break. So maybe find out what job your customer has and what the typical break schedule of that type of work would be. So most people have sort of two half-an-hour breaks throughout the day. So maybe around midday, and then maybe around 3 or 4 o'clock might be a good time to focus on. But it's really going to differ. Some people might open their emails when they finish work, when they get home, and they're sort of relaxing, and it's part of their unwinding process. So it's going to be up to you to do some figuring out here. But generally speaking, it's sort of between 9 and 3. That's when you're going to notice the biggest open rate for your emails. And like I said, remember, 23% of all emails are opened within 1 hour of delivery, so bear that in mind. That's it. Like I said, it's going to be a short video. I'll go back to the start just so you guys can see. I really want to stress how important the open rate is, because I touched upon it earlier, but I want to make it the last point so it sits with you. You can spend hours and hours researching the best way to write an email, and it can convert really well. If you've got an email that's converting at 50-60%, that's great. But if only 1 in 10 people are opening that, then that 10%, or sorry, that 50 to 60% is useless, because you've spent so much time, but only 10% of people are opening the email. With me at the moment, my open rate is 60 to 70%. I'm improving on that. It's gone up about 10% in the last month. I'm expecting it to go up again next month because I'm always doing different things. I'm always, trial and error. Firmly believe in, consistently optimizing things. Trial and error is a good way to do that. So I really want you guys to experiment with different ways how to increase your open rate. Go through this video, dissect the slides I presented, pause the video if you have to on certain points, really take in that information and apply it to your business. And I promise you, when your email rate goes up, naturally, if you've got a good email sequence going on, naturally your review rate will go up. Because that's, if you're selling on Amazon and you're sending out emails, that's probably the reason why you're sending emails, is to get reviews. So it worked for me, and I know it's going to work for you guys. I promise you. Work on that open rate rather than the email itself, and you will see a bigger spike in your reviews. All right, guys. So that's it for today. It's getting late. All the family's in bed, and I'm going to go and join them. So this is Amazon Seasons. Together, guys, we're going to weather the storm of Amazon. Thank you so much for tuning in. Like I said, if you're new, welcome to the family. Like, share, subscribe. Leave a comment below, join the Facebook group, and I will see you guys in the next video.